Hi, it's a hermit. I won't say how long it's been since I made a video. I know I said I would be making a video every Tuesday this year, and that didn't happen. But I've got something very exciting to share. Yep, I am graduating a homeschooler. Here's the diploma. My husband and I have to sign it on the two lines here and over here. And the diploma case has room for 2 certificates because my son is actually graduating from 2 programs. The first is our homeschool program, where we put together his curriculum over the years, decided what he was going to learn, provided, everything, etc., and so forth. And the second is the homeschool arts program he's been attending for, I think, 8 years. And I've talked about Artios Academies over the years. He started out at Masters Academies, but they grew and kind of split off, and so it's called Artios Academies now. And he's been there 8 years. In the last 4 years, he's been in their conservatory program, which is pretty intensive academics for an artsy or an arts student, learning music theory and music and art theory and art and film theory and film and worldview, Christian worldview, which is very important for someone who's going to be going to an art school, etc. and so forth. The college application process was pretty simple. Starting from 8th grade, because he started taking some high school classes in 8th grade, through conservatory and through us. I started just keeping track of his classes, his grades. I'm writing kind of like a report card every year, and keeping some samples of his work every year, test scores, etc. And so when it was time to apply, I was able to send, a transcript that didn't include the 12th grade year, because we applied. We applied pretty early in the school year, because, little secret, first come, first served, especially when you're dealing with scholarships, and especially when there's something unique about you and you want the admissions officers to see it. You don't want to go ahead and send your application out when thousands and thousands are being sent. You want to send your application out when they're just starting to trickle in. He only applied to 3 colleges. He only wanted to apply to 1 college, which was SCAD, Savannah College of Art and Design, but not the Savannah school. It's big and overwhelming and pretty far away. But the Atlanta satellite school, near where we live, and he would have still lived on campus. I insisted on backup schools because I knew how expensive SCAD was. The school is like $42,000 a year, and it's a private, for-profit school, and you have to be pretty darn amazing to get enough scholarship to be able to afford that. While he did get scholarships, it wasn't enough to make it affordable without, hawking the house. So that didn't happen. Unfortunately, we did our due diligence and found a school that actually, on paper, has a better award record for the graphic design than SCAD, and it's a Christian college. And it's not too far away. It's like 90 minutes away, and it's called Anderson University, and that's where he's going. And yeah, and the scholarship is pretty generous. We can afford the remaining tuition without taking a loan. Well, he's taking a small loan for himself because we feel it's necessary for him to invest in his own education, even though when he's done, we'll probably pay it for him as a reward. But if he doesn't finish, it's not going to happen. Yeah, the remaining tuition is enough for us to pay. We can pay that without too much financial strain, maybe a little budgeting. And so that's super duper awesome and acceptable. And the third college he was accepted to is Tacoma Falls College, and the scholarships there were also incredibly generous. But their programs seemed to be more toward ministry, and while they wanted him and offered a scholarship before he even applied, it wasn't a good fit because the closest thing they had to his major was like communications, and it wasn't even visual communications. So he would have been completely out of his element. So that said, we're graduating this Saturday. Oh, guys, I'm so freaking out, and I'm so happy at the same time. We had a photographer come and take pictures, and we're going to be displaying those pictures everywhere for our graduation breakfast. We're going to have a graduation breakfast. And on his graduation table at the homeschool program, where they're having actually a group graduation, all the kids that have been in the program that are graduating this year, they have a actual graduation ceremony for that program. And then they have a second graduation ceremony for the kids who participated in the academic side of their program. My son didn't participate in the academic side of their program with the exception of a few classes. But he's invited to go ahead and graduate with them. And I had to get the diploma because I'll be issuing him the diploma. We had graduation announcements made. We already sent out invitations. These are from Shutterfly. We already sent out the invitations, and these are for the people who aren't local, and so they can't come. By the way, I got that diploma. There are only one or two companies online that sold homeschool diplomas because everyone's looking to make sure that you're not just making up a diploma. And they're pretty expensive, and I just wasn't happy with the price. I wasn't happy with what you got for the price. Like, it had to be worded. They would only word it a couple of different ways for the price. I was able to go on eBay and get a diploma worded the way I wanted for a decent price, although I'm not completely happy with my purchase because it said it was coming with a graduation cover, and I was under the impression that it would be a nice cover. I probably tossed it, but I had to go back and purchase that nice cover you saw from the original place that sells the homeschool diplomas that I did not get. We got a banner for the yard, which he thinks we've lost our minds. But hey, this is a huge, monumentous event, and we're going to celebrate it. And he's going to have to put up with us because he's really quiet, and we're not. So he's going to have to put up with our extra energy and our ridiculousness that we're going to rain on him for at least a couple of days, and then we'll let him go back to his quiet self. But I don't care how quiet he is, I'm not going to let this event slip by quietly. I think he deserves more than that, and I think we deserve more than that. I really do want to make more videos, guys. but sometimes ideas just don't come to me. So if you have any questions at all regarding homeschooling, just ask me and I'll make a video for you. Does that sound fair? Okay. Especially about graduating a homeschooler. I'm really excited. I feel like we did as good a job as we could do for him based on what he needed, his personality, and etc. He's not going to Harvard, but he's kind of test phobic, so that wouldn't be a good idea. And he always has been. Even before we started homeschooling, we didn't ruin him. Considering where he was at, we pulled him out of school. He was finishing 3rd grade, and he had pulled into himself. We were really concerned that a child that young seemed depressed. I couldn't be happier. He's still really quiet. He never became as outgoing as he was when he was, let's say, in 1st grade. But there's a boldness about him that I really enjoy. He feels that you should only speak when you have something important to say. And so when he does open his mouth, it's usually pretty deep. There's just a quiet strength about him that I admire, and I wish I was able to be more like that. And that child has the most overwhelmingly strong sense of right and wrong. So I'm really proud. I'm really happy. I feel like we've done a good job. I feel like he's raised us and homeschooled us as much as we've raised and homeschooled him. And 1 down, 1 to go. My daughter graduates next year. That's it for now.